What is up, geeks? It's so good to see you here at Supporting Roles. My name is Shauna, pronouns she, they.
I'm Joe, pronoun she, they.
I'm Connor, pronouns he, him.
I'm Travis, pronouns he, him.
I'm Amanda. Wow, I forgot my name. I was gonna say Favana, and I was like, "That's my character."
That's your character.
I'm Amanda. She, her. There you go.
There we go. Yes, we're with the Illuminated Outcasts, and we've had quite a few things go down here in the Feywild, but it's not my responsibility. Thank goodness, it's not my responsibility to give you the recap. I'm going to take that over to Cliff for some
You
cliff
meant it
notes.
wasn't your responsibility that weird things went down. I was like,
No. Just
Hang on
the
now.
recap. Just the recap. That's for Cliff.
debatable.
So, last session, the fabulous, wonderful Illuminated Outcasts that we are, had finished collecting all of the ingredients from our awesome, I want to call it like a maze friend. It was sentient, but like it didn't talk.
I mean,
Sure.
if I had
I
the right
don't
spell, it
know.
could have.
I don't know if it's our friend necessarily.
Either way, got all the ingredients. And woke up in the morning. Took ourselves a nice rest after that maze. We needed it.
Yes.
So woke up in the morning and began off on our adventure back to town. Newberry was a little edgy. We're gonna address that later. The walk back was treacherous. Nearly died to just Feywild shenanigans. It's fine though. Made our way back to town. Talked to Orisena, the elder of the town. And we were given instruction upon giving Orisena all of the ingredients to clasp hands and think fondly and tightly of memories that we held with McCree while infusing the ingredients into the ritual through one means or another. Throughout the course of the ritual, Kara, Favana, and Cliff all shared memories that they found very fond and personal of McCree, and GS went as far as to write a song, which was awesome.
It was amazing.
Performed a lovely tear-jerking song, phenomenally done. But all of the memories combined had enough love connected in there to tie it all together and revert our boy back into his true form. And so once again, we have McCree the Owlbear wandering around with us, which is awesome. And we ended as soon as that big reveal was made.
Yes, I will add, there is a mark now within
Yes.
his fur.
He's still got the mark of the hag on him. We didn't fix that part.
Still a hag someday.
However, I mean,
Several
now
levels
him,
later.
him and Cliff are tattoo buddies.
Yeah, we're matching.
in a sense.
Yeah.
So yes, Illuminated Outcasts. Newberry as well as Orisena are able to set you up within a gazebo within the village of these Elatrin. Along with McCree, you're able to get any sort of rest that you would need, short or long. That's up to you guys.
I think I'm good for now.
I mean, my hit points are good. My spells are good.
My spells are good. My hit points are good.
I
Yeah.
only burned one rage. So.
Excellent. Okay.
I'll go ahead up on that offer of a short rest because I'm down hit points.
Let's go short rest then.
I'm down like 7 hit points, so
Yeah.
That's the
short
hit
rest wouldn't be
points.
bad.
Adverse effects of the Feywild peyote that we had during the witch.
Yeah.
I
and
forgot.
sliding down the
No, it's the sliding down.
Feywild
Yeah.
Sliding
stuff
down
that just
into the
nearly ended
bramble
us. For yeah.
that
Yeah.
made you guys have problems. So
I will play that song again. But I'll play it without words. I'll just play the lute to it, so McCree can do his dancing owlbear thing again if he'd like to, and y'all can take a song of rest and get some added hit dice in that.
McCree is kind of bopping, but he's been through a lot.
Yeah.
And
If he wants a long rest, that boy's gonna get a long rest.
Yeah, he doesn't have
no,
to
he's
take
good.
the.
He
He
so
can have
probably
like
a
2
short
in a
rest
row
will
if he really
do it.
wants.
Yeah, probably a short rest will do him right now. But
Okay.
you know, he's
Oh, DM question
Yeah.
is his character sheet stuff back in the sidekick stuff?
it should be.
Let me
It should be.
check that.
It might
before I
not be
do short rest.
fully up to date, so we'll have
Alright.
to discuss.
So everyone
Okay.
gets an extra D6.
D6.
Yeah. So if you are going to use any hit dice right now, you can have an extra D6 from the Song of Rest.
I'm
to use.
super full. I rolled an 8 on my D8 and a 5 on the D6. I got
Boom,
so much
I
health.
love it.
And you only were down 7,
You're-
right?
Yeah,
Yours
I'm
now.
super full, super healthy.
Your nap was
Might
super
as well.
effective.
What is the D12?
Wouldn't it be nice if if hit dice could roll over into temporary hit points?
That's cute.
That should
be nice, but
that
so
should be
broken.
a Song of Rest
So
skill upgrade.
broken.
Well,
So broken.
Speaking of that kind of stuff, let the chef feat.
Oh yeah, let's just do that real
Hey!
quick.
Yeah, let's
Yo,
do that real
it's
quick.
how
While
broken it
I
is, let's just
remember,
do
let's
it.
There
have
we
some
go. I
snacks.
give you a Song of Rest. Kara gives us snacks. We're good to go.
Yeah.
I'm good.
What's for snack today, Kara?
Oof. Well, again, supplies are low,
We've
y'all.
been in the Feywild.
There-
There's been nuts and berries and shit.
You are within this Eladrin community, and they're able to provide a lot of different foods in the ways of plant-based things.
Okay.
So you have some veggies, some roots and things that you could seeds and stuff, but in the ways of meat, not so much.
Well, I still have meat, but out of respect of the area that we're in, I don't think that Kara is going to be cooking raw meat. Might be using some of the collective fat that she's collected from previous cooking.
Okay,
to
yes.
use,
Meat's
but
only
not.
for our carnivore.
Yeah,
in
meat's
this
only-
community.
Yeah, while we're here. So I'm gonna make, since oh my god, we have vegetables. Make of course with rice, a stir fry with vegetables, all these different kinds of vegetables, kind of seeing what they have, seeing if I recognize anything, or just kind of smelling, tasting, and going, okay, I can make something with this, and make something new and nice of like a vegetable stir fry. Oh, I forget what it's called. It's the rice little pouches, and inside the rice is deliciousness and it's
Onigiri?
Onigiri, yeah. I'm basically making onigiri with
Okay,
vegetable stir
okay,
fry, so that
Sure.
I love that.
I can make
Love
up
it.
to 7 of them and hand them out to each of us.
Cool.
Fantastic.
And so you guys have that. So if you need it, it's 1d8 of hit points when you decide to eat it.
Understood.
Gotcha. So it's not temp
Last.
HP.
No.
Okay.
Temp HP is something I need to do in the morning.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I
Savannah
can only do 3
will
of
look
those.
at it and
That's meal
wrap it
plan.
up and pocket it. 'Cause,
Perfect.
Is anybody watching us while Kara is doing this? Like, does Kara have any kind of audience?
There are a few like small Eladrin children that are moving their way over towards this gazebo. Again,
By
these-
children,
these-
only 100 years old?
right. These gazebos don't have doors on them. They don't have any sort of doors or windows to the structures around here, and it's those two children that were chasing after each other when you came into the village just recently. That have kind of just they're peering around a tree and just kind of Scooby-Dooing it with like 2 heads and sort of talking to each other and watching what Kara is doing.
Then while that's happening, Devana would like to swipe some of the rice before it gets cooked.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
no need for a sleight of hand check. I always, in the bag of holding is like a 50-pound thing of
Oh, well,
rice.
there you go.
It's fine.
Fun.
They want to just full on. I mean,
Swiping it is fun.
yeah, she's trying to be sneaky. She's probably not, but you know. I mean, that's not bad. That's a 15.
What's your
Okay,
passive,
let's
Cara?
go.
17.
You definitely see it happen, but she's,
Say nothing.
It's more that she's trying to sneak and do this and not let those children see what she's doing beforehand, than to try and keep it from you.
There's a slight smirk.
And then I'm gonna go over to where McCree is, and I'm gonna open my hand and just gesture my head at the kids.
He sees
Seeing
the
if-
rice.
It's kind of to see if he remembers, but also because she thinks it's funny.
Smart. I love that. You open your hand, show off the rice in your hand. He kind of sniffs it for a second. And his face changes. And you can see him recalling. And he just goes,
And she's just gonna place one like on her finger and just flick it and then turn away like she didn't do anything.
Can you roll me a dex check?
Can you roll the hit with rice?
With a grain of rice. I just want to see how close you get.
Dex check.
I'm going to walk. Hold that thought, Devana. I'm going to walk right behind you and just kind of notice, just casually, what's going on, and just kind of hum the tune that was playing in the arena when we did the cooking game, and give you bardic inspiration, Devana.
Hey,
Hi.
okay.
That's very cool.
I rolled a 16.
16,
But
yeah.
sure, why not? I'll use the bardic inspiration. Just is it a
Or,
D6?
if you do it again. I need
Oh,
to-
we're gonna do this for a while.
So you can apply it to the next one if you want to. Give me 1 second. It's a D8 now.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Sure, why not? Oh, I rolled an 8. So
Whoa.
24.
Amazing.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just kind of look over at
in the
McCree
third
for a
eye.
second and wait for them to like be talking to each other around this tree, and the kid that's on top is looking down at the moment, and you just and it just goes boom, and lands right in front of them. They stop their conversation and go,
And I'm full focus on McCree not looking that direction. I'm letting McCree see everything.
Cute. I like that.
And then
oh,
I just
McCree
open
is
my
full
hand.
on. McCree is full on looking at you, and it's just going, and like he's gonna like spar with you. He's following your lead on this for
Okay.
sure.
and I just
um,
open my hand, blocking what's in my hand with my body, so that he can get some to try.
I love it. He reaches over, goes to grab a bit of this. It's like a bunch of these. This paw goes in like it's trying to grab sand, and a bunch of it falls back into your hand. But he's got a little bit of it in there, and he just goes.
Go. And while he starts to try and sneak away, I'm gonna I'm gonna pull out the great axe with my left hand, because everything's, and I'm just gonna start like twirling it, like I'm just trying to messing around because I'm bored, and that's it.
Yes.
Just to keep attention on me.
I love it. Can you roll me a performance check, please?
Oh, this I should have saved that for.
Oh.
3.
Heck yeah.
3. They watched for a little, they had like talked to each other, stopped, looked up, and they're seeing you like spinning this thing, and they go, and they start to like move away. However, it's enough time for McCree to slowly, quietly sneak around, and he's almost behind them as they're backing up away. trying to like not be around Thevana with this huge weapon that's like flying through the air. They back up and they hear, "Brit!" And like a bunch of rice just gets tossed at them. They turn around just in time to get like just a face full of rice.
Can I get over to them when that, like, the split second that happens, Thevana's gonna like quietly get over there and then just wait there and then drop the last of what's in her hand on their heads. Yeah.
As it rains down, you hear McCree go, hoo, 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 and is just hooting with laughter at what's going on. The kids finally catch on that you guys are playing around, and you don't mean any harm necessarily. They start kind of playing with you two, chasing after McCree. McCree kind of bounding around on all fours, back in this new form. And as Kara, you finish up all of the cooking, you have that onigiri-like food that can be stored or eaten now if you so choose.
2 goes to GS, Cliff, and Thevana, and then the last one I'll take, because this is the kind of food that McCree will not eat.
This is true.
Cool.
Excellent.
A day ago, maybe, but probably not.
Exactly. Not necessarily a halfling stomach anymore, you know?
Yep. Not his jam.
You have your short rest. Within this community, Newberry stayed and spoke with Orisena for quite some time. Until they sort of burst out of Orisena's residence and move with like a directness towards you guys, brows kind of furrowed, and is just muttering to themselves. She doesn't understand. It's fine. No one has to understand but me. And
Understand what?
Is there any rice on the ground?
yeah, there's grains and stuff.
Just what could be said. I'm gonna be careful.
I'm gonna come up like right up next to them.
Perfect.
Like, obviously, completely just butting in. Understand what?
Don't know if you've noticed, but I'm a bit of an odd duck when it comes to my village.
I've noticed. Me too. Where I come from.
Sort of would rather, stay here and bolster the community by, and just like gestures over, you can see an eladrin, a spring eladrin that is taking little like bits of reed and is like weaving it through like a magic spell that they're sitting and doing the same motion over and over again, making this beautiful multicolored basket as the different reeds of color are being placed. Newberry goes, I mean, they're helping the community, but who wants to do the same thing over and over and over again?
Well, some people do, if that's what's in their nature.
Well, it's not in mine, and it seems like people who are perfectly fine living this don't understand what it's like to be on the other side.
Newberry. What do new berries do? They spring forth and they fruit the plant. The fruit is there to nourish the seed that is around it. It makes the bold decisions to come out and be the fruit, and not, it has to blossom out. And if you squeeze it too hard, it will burst. It is not within your nature to be contained like this. If you leave a berry on the stem for too long and they get overripe, they rot.
Yes.
Exactly. So, Orisena understands beings needing to be within their nature. Look at what she just did for McCree.
Yes, and
You
I
need to
understand
act
that.
within your
She's-
own.
Yes, exactly. I just...
I would help
She's
speak to her
wary.
to convince her, but a non-Feywild voice is probably not what she wants to hear right
Honestly, she's not necessarily the one that needs convincing.
now. We gotta
it's-
take you to...
Zelzion.
Zelzion.
Zelzion needs convincing.
Mhm.
And I have given you your audience. I've vouched for the wonderful things that you've done for many different beings within the wilds. So, if you could return the favor, it would be...
I look at my party. Are we ready to go?
It's time to give back. You ready, McCree?
Right.
I thought we were having fruit pie.
Whoa. Sorry?
Sorry, there was a lot of conversation about fruit.
Berries.
I mean, I can make you a berry pie. If
I'm
you-
not really hungry. I was that okay. Never mind. She's gonna walk over and pick up McCree, put her on her shoulders.
All right, Newberry. Lead the way.
Excellent. Again, thank you for this.
Thank you for
course.
this.
Turns off and immediately is moving south. You begin to leave this area, traveling out and away from this village, and you watched the two kids kind of follow you to the edge of the community's borders, and watch as you go for as long as you can. Theavana, looking back at them, there's a moment where they seem to be waving at you lot, and then making a hand gesture upward. You realize that they're throwing something up in the air as you leave. You kind of
That's
get
a
the,
5 gold. It's rice.
You kind of get
Seeds.
that they think this might be a custom of yours now, and they want to make sure that you are met appropriately.
Oh, you know us, folk, just on the material plane, throwing our rice
Throwing-
24/7.
Yep.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we throw it at brides and grooms. We don't really
That's the
understand
only
how
reason why.
there was a big miscommunication somewhere.
That's
but-
why.
all. That's why.
Some archfey is like, this is right?
Exactly. You begin to move,
Amazing.
traveling through the wilds once more. The sun never changing, never setting, always within a stasis. And as you move through here, I would like a group survival check. So we're just gonna kind of sort of average out these survival checks.
1.
Not nearly
Oh,
as good
natural
as my
one?
Wednesday
No, it's a 7.
character.
It's
Oh,
a
okay,
7.
okay, okay.
So it's 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh.
I was like, that's not a 1. Yeah, 10.
Excellent.
17.
Am I rolling for McCree as well?
You are.
Okay,
Please.
let me start with him.
As I am dealing with Newberry.
I gotta change McCree's art and
Our
make him
boy.
just 100% our boy again.
Our boy got a natural 20, guys.
Yay!
Uh,
Aww.
Well, he's back to his
That's
regular self,
amazing.
and he's like, I'm in my element. I'm doing a survival check.
Yes. Right.
And I'm
Rawr.
distracted by the fact that he is in his natural element.
Yeah.
Because I didn't roll nearly as well. It's only a
Only.
15.
Only a 15.
It's only a 15.
Hey, I rolled an 8. Normally, I roll a lot better on survival
That's
checks,
fair.
alright?
So
for me, that's low.
For Newberry. Cliff, what
Nice.
did you have?
A 17 as well.
Okay.
Hey! Y'all are the best.
As you move through,
Didn't even ask me.
oh, sorry, GS. Go ahead.
I was like, oof, got out from under the wire. 14.
That's okay. The lowest that I'm hearing is a 14, right?
Yep.
That's
Pretty good.
And then you have a natural 20 on top of this.
Yeah.
Amazing. You're able to move down fairly clear paths through this. You wade into tall grasses that seem to be like this vibrant green that then blossoms into like a pink. And as you move and travel through all of these grasses, they seem to go anywhere from your waist, like all the way up to your bicep at points, and you just see like grasses moving where McCree is, as he's just
I love it.
following through.
That's cute.
Clever boy.
As you move for quite a long time, hours away, Newberry looks at you, Lot, and goes, you've been working together long?
How long has it been now? Less than a year.
I pull my pack out from the side and start looking at all of my old maps and going, okay, dates. I'm trying to do the math.
Yeah, it's probably like half a year or so
Gotcha.
that you guys have had.
Do you
About
understand?
6 to 8 months.
Do you understand our months?
Well, I've studied and have been told about them. So yes, but that's not you shouldn't expect all Eladrin to know.
Understandable.
Yeah. I think you'll be sorely disappointed if you expect us to understand a lot of your ways.
Not at all.
It's only
but
fair.
that seems like
if
a
we
f-
don't understand a lot of your ways, it's only fair
That's
that
true.
you wouldn't understand ours.
But you've been together for these months now,
Yeah.
and you just travel? You just explore, or
We met through a variety of different circumstances, and we ended up helping people.
you seem to do that a lot.
Yeah.
try.
Yeah.
We all had different reasons for wanting to help, and people just started to realize that we were pretty good at it, and sometimes they ask us to help, and
Sometimes we just stumble upon people who need help and just offer it.
Yeah.
and we usually try to make sure that the help is actually helping and not hurting, but sometimes it's inevitable, and
Difficult to know.
yeah, but we try.
What about So you help people in need. What do you need? What have you just protection? Like with Shadow Bark or
It's
Sometimes.
kind of all over the place. We help out with a lot of different things.
We rescued dragon eggs.
Yeah, we
That
rescued
was
dragon
one we
eggs
did.
one time. That was
Yeah.
cool. Bit
That was-
scary. Don't really like the dragon, but it was
Why
cool.
don't you like the
Well,
dragon?
he was nice.
He threatened to kill a whole town, Pavana. That's
I
not
mean,
cool.
to be fair, he was trying to get children back.
Yeah.
I understand his motivations. Doesn't make it cool.
It's
Well,
also
I've-
within
I've threatened a whole
dragons'
town
natures
before.
Yeah.
Like, we
If
can
you
grow
were
from that.
desperate to save your people, you know, you may go to some extreme lengths, and then you have other people that come back and say, wait, maybe there's another way to do this.
Like
We
I
were those
said,
other
I get
people.
it. I just personally thought it was not the coolest. to destroy a whole
As you're
town.
speaking, Newberry stops walking, turns on their heel, puts a finger over Cliff's mouth for a second. Hold. Did you say dragon?
Yeah.
You've met one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thevana
technically-
has.
No, we
I
met.
mean, we all
we
have,
met them.
but
A few.
yeah,
We
a
Two?
couple.
Yeah.
I thought you had exiled all the dragons.
Well,
Yeah, our people had. We live very short lives, and so our ancestors did it. And we all grew up, and our parents grew up, and their parents grew up having never seen a dragon or heard of a dragon. And they
heard of
got
them.
well, but heard of knowing them. Just legends and stories. Never thinking if they were real. No one had ever seen one.
But they
They
weren't all exiled?
they have
Some might have got missed and some got brought back.
Yep, they've been released.
A few of them. Was it like what, 9?
There's a big event back home. They called it the Day of Colors. It brought
Did
back the
it-
dragons. Is
Did
all
it
we really
happen
know.
around the Standing Stone?
Well,
No.
we didn't start seeing the standing stones until the Day of Colors.
Yeah, that was after the fact. Yeah.
We saw the Day of Colors happened, and then we started seeing the standing stones, and we saw the creature. Help me, you guys, if you remember the creature's name.
It was.
That
I have a cat in my lap.
The
I got you. I got you.
the Abishai.
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 Yeah.
Abishai
Bad.
that said that Tiamat is coming, and we know she's
Yeah, that wasn't real good.
not a very benevolent or patient or diplomatic dragon.
I've heard the name Tiamat.
Mm-hmm. Kind of just wants destruction, not because she wants her kids back, just because she wants destruction. Doesn't sound like the kind of dragon that can be reasoned with, just the kind of dragon that needs to be stopped.
Yeah.
There were other ones that we met that were pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
we
we
know
met
that
too.
Abishai came from one of the
Yes.
monoliths.
Yeah.
Stood.
So it's possible that there's a monolith correlating to the same one that yours does. That's not just here, but also on other planes.
Yeah, the question
well, that's
is,
kind of it's sort of all right. And they begin walking again, moving
Walk and
away.
talk, walk and talk.
Their piece
mhm.
dangling, but instead of floating and making these bubbles, there's like almost like a spark that kind of shows, a flicker shows for a second of a flame, and then it's put out
That's
as they keep moving. Newberry continues. Well, it's sometime back. One of the standing stones started showing other things. We had different visitors from other places. At first, it was thought that they were possibly from a different court, the Unseelie or something, and but they were too monstrous, too fiendish, that it couldn't have been created or made or a being of one of those factions. And therefore people started to look into the stones.
And Zelzion is doing that.
Yes. Zelzion was gathering information and well, he was finding that it seemed like they were coming from other planes of existence. It caught the attention of quite a few different courts. There was a big argument over it. And then its word sort of got out to quite a lot of beings within the wilds. And, well, everybody wants to see how it works. And some are brave enough to want to try and go through. But they aren't really... We haven't heard back from any of them. I don't know which plane they went to. But if you are from the material plane and you're moving to get to back home, and you have all sorts of magics and divinity? They sort of point at Cliff. Perhaps you'll actually be able to move to where you need to be.
Oh, I hope so.
And I want to know what it is like on the other side. I want to know what the stones are doing on the other side of this. Because we're only seeing it from one side, and...
You want to hitch a ride and see what's on the other side.
Just
Sure.
they're
I mean,
kind of
wouldn't
just
you?
standing there.
But
But
you
it's
said
definitely
you
letting
said
creatures
a thing
through.
came through it.
We saw footprints coming from the monolith itself.
When
In
we
all
tried to look
different
at the monolith too, it gave
types
off
of-
all kinds of different
yeah.
energy. Fae, fiend, dragon, all kinds. I don't know if dragon was actually a thing in there.
It's a thing and everything.
It's gotta...
Newberry.
I mean, I think all the information that we have right now is all the information we're gonna get from where our viewpoint is. So, the viewpoint has to sort of change.
Yeah.
That's what I
Sometimes you need to
go
hang
with.
from a tree.
Yeah. Yes, or look in a reflection, or something. But permission from Zelzion is the first step to that.
Zelzion first then.
Yes.
Newberry, are you prepared for the risk if you are allowed to go and you make it to the other side? Are you prepared for the risk of possibly not being able to find your way back home?
Newberry's face go into contemplation as they go, I hadn't thought of that.
I'm gonna settle over to Cliff while Newberry is thinking and be like, that idea you had about getting us home. If Newberry goes with us, do you think you could do that for them? To get them home? If they come with us to the material plane to get them back after they're done however long they want to stay there, would you be able to send them back? Like real quietly. Like I don't want to tip Newberry off that I have an idea of he's got away, but want to have something in our back pocket basically.
Meta, it's banishment, right?
Yeah, meta.
Yeah, we're
banishment.
talking. Okay.
Yeah.
Real quietly back, just same volume. Keep it between us two for now. It could work to get us back, but Newberry would still be bound here.
No, what I'm saying is if Newberry traveled with us through the monolith to the material plane and stayed there for however long.
Oh yeah, theoretically
doing a
I'd
whole
be able
bunch
to
of stuff and
poof
we're
him back
there.
whenever, as long as things went according to plan.
I mean, when has it ever? But at least we've gotten a half-baked
But
idea.
theoretically, I think I could poof them back here, hold concentration for a bit, and then after a minute, they should be back here. I don't know if they'd end up back home. I don't know how the specifics work.
Fair. But
I could accidentally put them miles away from here. I don't know.
But at least they'd be on the same plane.
They'd be
the
here.
plane that they wanted to be on.
Yeah.
Of getting home. It's just getting back to
Yeah.
actual home would be different.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Newberry looks at UGS and goes, I mean, I think... Well, let's put it this way. If I have enough gusto and grit to get myself to one plane in the first place, I think I could probably do it getting back again. I mean, it might take me a while, but I think I could probably do it.
Well said.
Right. Now, I believe it's just past this way is a good place for an encampment. They pull you out of the grasses. Yes, Kara.
Real quick, retroactively, before we
Yes.
left,
Yes.
was there a possibility while I was making food and whatnot, able to restock on food supplies while there?
Yes. Can you roll me a d4?
I
please?
most certainly can. Yoink. That's a 4!
Wow! Yes, then you have a full stock of at least
Hell yeah.
things that you that they obviously would provide within the Eladrin community.
Guys, we're eating food from the Feywild.
It's gotta be a great time, guys. I am not responsible for any dreams and or nightmares you have tonight. Not responsible for that.
Understood.
That's
I
Feywild food
mean-
bullshit.
The Newberry takes you out of the grasses. You move over, finding quite a few of these really interesting looking, like, tuft trees. Not quite, don't go fully Dr. Seuss on me right now, but, like, there is that kind of almost fluff to the foliage.
I
of
am the
these
Lorax.
trees. Yes. And Newberry kind of sets you near this orchard of trees, this grove, and says, we've got at least one more day's ride in, but if we... I suppose if we get some rest here, then we'll reach the palace.
How do you tell when it's been a day, Newberry? It's always twilight. You don't have a sun that travels
That's how I tell.
Roll a Constitution saving throw, Bo.
Cliff, go ahead and make me a Constitution.
Sure, I
save
got
real
you.
fast. Con save.
I just pat his back gently and keep talking because this is such a normal happenstance.
Remarkably good tonight, actually. 19.
Because you haven't
Hey!
eaten yet.
You're holding on fine. There is like a twinge that happens no matter if you fail or succeed the save. There's always a twinge around the same time every day. And you
Does he hold his
definitely feel
cookies
the
in this
twinge.
time?
He does. There's no issue. There's no you can hardly remark the small little contraction that happens with Cliff's stomach as Newberry goes,
You don't have a sun that moves across the sky? You don't
No,
have
why-
a moon that comes out?
"No. Why would I do that? Why? What would you
That's how we tell the passage of time on the material plane. A day is when the sun is out. It starts low in the morning, gets high, and then gets low in the other way in the evening. And then the moon comes out.
So
And it
you
remains
hold-
dark for the entirety of the evening.
I wrote a whole song about it.
There's
How the moon and
You're
sun loved
telling
each
me-
other, but they had to be separate because one was during the day and one was at night.
You're telling me
It's
that
famous, award-winning.
you
Hey, thanks.
basically allow a sun and a moon to dictate your time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just out of convenience, mostly. It's hard to be outside when the sun's not out.
Because there's not a lot of light, unless the moon is full. If the moon is full, then you can see quite a lot. But the moon changes.
The
its
moon's not
phase
always
every
full,
night.
though. It's only full sometimes.
Yeah.
I know that it's been a day when I'm tired. Like that's
What if you get tired sooner than a day?
And you
why
rest.
would I do that?
Well-
it's
If you do a lot of things that make you tired. To be fair.
then I'm tired, so I rest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Do you
Okay.
do you have moon phases here? Do you have seasons?
We don't have seasons in a traditional sense.
What do
Are you
Does it
speaking-
snow ever?
I mean, if someone makes it that way.
Okay. Cool.
So
Did you need snow?
No.
So it
I-
could be winter one day and it could be summer the next.
It just naturally happens.
For me, yes.
On the material plane, the snow thing, that's just why we're checking.
For you?
Oh, yes.
Huh?
Newberry sort of rolls their eyes as
I
putting
think
all of the
Kara's
stuff
cooking
down.
by now.
Yeah,
Oh
Kara's
no,
already
I'm too busy like making turning rice into flour.
Oh, nice.
Love it. Newberry sort of rolls their eyes and goes, "It's yes, I've noticed that your demeanor doesn't necessarily change outwardly, which is strange and honestly very confusing. But if I mean, if that's how it works for you, that's great. But
Are you talking
it's much
about
easier
how
if you wear
were
your
all-
demeanor on your person.
Are you talking about how you were all greenish before and now you're all orangish?
Yes.
Is that a season change for you?
That's what a season is. Is it different for you?
Yeah.
So
Normally, we don't change with the seasons. The rest of the world around us does.
Yeah. we have those moon phases where
I
they
mean,
go from
technically
dark to full, and you get a couple of those, and then the seasons change from spring to summer to autumn to winter.
Technically, my people move with the seasons.
So you're telling me that the seasons aren't you, it's
Correct.
the world?
Correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unless
Wild. I'm so sorry. Like, you can't control that. That
No.
seems...
But
It used to be, winter used to be a very scary and dangerous and dark time for a lot of people before.
I mean, it still is for a lot of people.
It is, unless you have a good settlement and
No.
a lot of fire.
No.
It's
No.
dark a lot, that there's less sun.
Sure, there's dark. Sure, it's cold, but it needs to happen. You
Yeah,
have to feel that.
So it sounds like the seasons are tied to your emotions, yes?
Yes, that's what a season is.
So for us, our emotions still stay internal and they don't show up that way, and
Yes,
the
I
world
noticed. It's
has.
off-putting and really
I'm
hard
sorry
to
for that.
read.
I'm sorry for that.
If emotions dictate your season, then time is what dictates ours.
Yes, thank you. That's where I was going.
That might have been a little too smart of a comment for Cliff. Whoops.
sometimes that
He has
affects
his
our
moments.
emotions.
He has his moments.
Sometimes
he's
that
wise.
affects our emotions. Some
Ivana?
people get very depressed during the winter, and some people get very depressed during the summer.
It's just
You
not
know?
directly tied to emotions, is all. I can be super happy or super sad, and it will still be sunny outside no matter what.
But how do we know which one it is?
Based on his behavior, and some people are very expressive with their emotional behaviors, like me, and some people are not. They kind of hold it in, or they don't feel it as
Yo.
intensely.
Fae-Repercussions.
if I can, Devana and McCree have wandered off.
Yes. Yes.
About
halfway
halfway
through
through
this
that,
noise.
When
We
they
travel
start
during the
talking,
seasons.
when they start
Bye.
talking suns and moons, McCree just goes. Right there. Climbs up.
Love
I mean,
it.
we can still hear them. Like,
I
she's
love
gonna
it.
keep them enough in sight where like we can get back to them. But they are searching for little mushroom friends.
Love
And
it.
that's all they're
Aw.
doing.
Love it. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
I love it.
Kara, if you want to make McCree's perception
I would
check.
love to, since his dice is rolling hot,
15.
and he's got advantage because nose and whatnot. He's got his advantage back.
So
That's
cute.
my boy.
I love not having to be the smart character for once. I have no notes on my paper right now. I don't know what's going on.
I love it.
All right, so that is
Shauna
going to be
can
an
vouch is not
18.
normal.
18. Okay. You, while listening half-heartedly to the conversation that is happening over there, you start moving around, sniffing, kind of give McCree the briefing that you're trying to of what you're trying to look for, and it takes a little bit of time for you guys to like move around and everything before McCree goes.
Okay. Okay.
And as you move over, the two of you are kind of hunched over, and you're looking, and just a few yards away, it looks like a cluster of mushrooms are there, and McCree just goes.
Should we say hi? Devon thinks about the two trying to remember it in her tone deaf way and goes, "We are friends." Huh? He's singing me. I don't know.
It's just
She
singing
also
to like
doesn't wanna talk to him.
toadstools.
Woohoo!
We are friends.
Woohoo! And the cluster of mushrooms don't seem to hear you.
Let's sneak a little closer. Just creep a little closer.
Maybe the song's wrong.
You guys like
This is my favorite thing.
It takes you like little glowworms.
Yep.
Oh,
all the while,
full on
mimicking
mimicking.
chibi.
Yeah. All the while, just like, woohoo, and like talking to them. Until you are pretty much full up on these mushrooms, and McCree just goes, like smacks one on the head, like bops it, and it doesn't move. These ones aren't sentient.
Ivana just pokes it one more time. Ah. You think we can eat them? No, your mommy will kill me. I'm gonna reach for it very carefully and just listening carefully just to make sure.
Yeah.
Well, she's doing that. Can
noises.
McCree do?
You look
do a
like
nature
full
check?
under. Look at the stalk.
Oh yeah, I'm
and
making
don't
sure.
see it. Don't see
Okay.
any sort of facial features at all. These are
Then
not sentient mushrooms.
Just cut a couple of them loose.
And can you make a sleight of hand check real fast?
Sure.
Oh boy.
How nimbly are your fingers? Is it a nat 1?
4. Oh no, for 3.
Oh my gosh, amazing. You cut one of these, and right as you're finishing cutting the stalk of this, you reach the end of it, and it just sort of splays and kind of does that weird like fray sort of effect, and a bunch of water from it and like plant chlorophyll kind of situation just empties out of it onto the ground, and McCree goes, and sort of puts his paw on your hand, like, put it down. Put it down.
Yes.
Ivana's just gonna sniff her hand to see what it smells like.
It smells like soil and fungus, but watery. And he just sort of pats it and goes,
Yeah.
and like puts a bunch of dirt over it. And just goes,
Yeah. I don't think we want to eat those.
And he sort of, you get the feeling that whether he's joking or actually serious, McCree is kind of treating it like he's burying something, because he's not exactly sure if it was alive or not.
That's really cute.
That's fair. Ivana's gonna just kind of look around, make sure nobody's watching them. Then, should we go back? You think they're done talking about moon cycles?
So yeah, and then winter, it changes to spring, and it takes like a good 6
No.
weeks at least.
Okay, come on.
You start moving off. You guys, I will say, go ahead and roll me a nature check really fast.
All of us?
Or
Or
Faevana
McCree.
and McCree.
Okay.
Roll nature checks really quickly.
I rolled 2 nat 20s on this dice before we started, and now I'm
Man.
rolling a 9.
A 9.
Oh, nature is intelligence, which is dumb. Which is, now he has a well, here's the question, ODM, since his character sheet has not been updated, but he is smarter than your average owlbear couplet.
He is of, we'll put it this way, he is of average intelligence, so no negative or positive modifier.
Okay.
Holy crap, he's smarter than Cliff is.
I love those moments. There was a
sense.
moment.
That
was-
so tracks.
There was a moment during watching Critical Role during campaign 2, and I looked at Yasha's stats and went, "Holy crap, Yasha is more charismatic than
half of my characters.
I went,
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep.
I love
Okay.
it.
Then it's a nice, even, cool 19 then. No
19.
minuses, no pluses,
Nice,
we
buddy.
good.
Okay. Thevana, you're not finding a lot until McCree again goes.
That's fair.
"Atata, eat," and brings you over, and sort of underneath the bough of one of these grove trees is like a cluster of flowers, and they seem to be this like almost bright fuchsia-y color until you move and shift your position, and then they look almost bluish. They have this weird color tone shift to these small little, think like daisy size
That's cool.
flowers.
Sure, I got flowers earlier from the pond.
From the area, yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Artata?
Mm-hmm.
Ah?
No.
Oh.
You don't even like veggies when your mommy tries to give them to you. Why do you think you're gonna like a flower? No, just because they're pretty doesn't mean they're good for you. Yeah, okay. So same thing, like scooting forward.
Like he's moving from one side of the flower to the other. Like, check it from this side, check it from this side.
Savannah's just gonna kind of reach out her finger and just one hand up to grab McCree and move him out of the way if she has to, and just kind of gonna touch the stem of the flower, not the petals yet, just the stem. Just
And the flower just perfectly fine.
shh. And then she's gonna reach up, look at McCree out of the corner of her eye, and then touch the petal real fast and pull him back.
Could you? No, it's fine. Nothing happens.
I was about to say, we're gonna get a shambling mound again because somebody didn't ask for permission.
Oh! No, you just touch it. It feels like a normal flower.
Should we see if we can take some back? Can I take one of the flowers?
McCree just gets right up
In
close
your
to the
other
flower.
campaign, your other character got angry at everyone else for talking to trees.
McCree just kind of gets
It wasn't
right
talking
up
to trees,
next
it
to
was gods.
right up next to the flower and just goes. "Batata."
We like you, you're pretty. If you don't want me to take the flower, say something now.
Nothing happens.
All right. She's just gonna pick a few of them. Not a lot, just enough for like maybe like 10 or 15 of them. I don't know if there's like if it's a big,
Yeah,
round.
there's quite a little cluster around this area.
She's gonna just take like 10 or 15 and then start figuring out how to string them together.
Right.
And once, as they're walking, like put McCree back on her shoulders. And once she has like a strand of them, she's just gonna reach up and like put them on McCree's head.
You, while talking to Newberry and explaining the idiosyncrasies of science,
Preparing this poor Eladrin for life on the other side of the monolith.
exactly. You look over and Thevana is back, and McCree has this very cute little halo of flowers on his head.
Just in time, soup's on. Not soup, but pasta. And I've got stuff
risotto
for you.
tonight.
Not risotto. I don't have that rice. It's a different kind of rice. I just have regular rice. But I made the rice into flour, turned that into pasta. It looks a lot like rice. It's called orzo. And
what the hell, Cara?
with
That's
a bunch of
amazing.
vegetables, and there was this really cool vegetable that kind of had this milky consistency once you squeezed it. Kind of creamy.
Oh, we found a mushroom
I
that did
made
that.
creamy orzo, y'all. Be happy.
I love it. They gave you like a gourd that
Yeah.
when you broke it, it had like a milky consistency inside of it.
We found a mushroom that did that.
Really?
And points over at Thevana.
Apparently it was
Tattletale.
your fault.
I tried to take some. I asked permission for, well, I told her we were their friends first because we thought it was another one of the, but it
Campestry?
was. Yeah, but it wasn't. And then we found the pretty flowers.
They are gorgeous and you are, boop, adorable.
Are you all done talking about the sun and the moon?
Yeah.
I hope that we can talk more about it.
I could sing the song.
No.
You did that twice already.
Did I?
Yep.
I don't know.
Makes sense. I love it.
Sure.
I would have sung it once, sure.
You lot eat. GS sings about the sun and the moon. And you're able to bed down for some form of rest. My question to you is there going to be any sort of watches? How are you dealing with your rest situation?
Are we doing
Singing
the dome?
the modes.
Yep, doing the modes.
Bum, bum,
Da,
bum.
dun, dun,
I
dun,
know,
dun,
right?
dun, dun.
Bum, 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 bum.
It's a 1451. It
I
tracks.
love it. It's great. You set up this dome within the area. You're able to come in and get a long rest if you so choose, if you need it. You a lot notice as soon as you get into the dome, McCree, it looks absolutely tired and zonks out for most of this. Newberry stays up a little bit for a little bit of time. Seems
Kara
to
is
be thinking to themselves about something, and then is gonna eventually go into a meditative trance.
Okay.
Kara.
Because Kara was specifically waiting to go into her trance to see that, because last time either we went into a trance at around the same time or something, but she didn't catch them sleeping.
No, because you guys were absolutely exhausted, and by the time that happened, everybody sort of passed out, collectively.
Yeah.
So this one, you're able to watch and look.
And of the little bit of time that I'm gonna wait to make sure that they're actually asleep, do I notice the season change occur while they're sleeping? Like
Good
seeing the
question.
start of it or not?
Watching that, it doesn't seem. You watch their. There is a moment where there's almost a shimmer to their outlook. It kind of goes in. You can see that mint colored hair for a second, and then it just continues being this bright orange yellow color. The hair kind of stays in that ombre that comes down to their shoulders, with that hanging little piece, and it's sort of as it glimmers and finishes, while they're within that meditative stance, they sort of sway ever so slightly, just keeping their balance, and that piece moves forward, and a tiny little flicker of a flame comes out and back in.
Interesting. Okay. Off to meditate.
You are able to get your long rests, and are able to get ready and prepare in the morning for your days, doing your normal things, praying, as well as forms and tuning and whatever it is that you normally do within the morning, before setting off. And it only takes probably about the morning before you start arriving at your destination.
I need to give y'all temporary hit points because I did
Yes.
make good stuffs, and then
Yes.
I will go manage my spells.
Meal planning, temporary hit point meal
Are
planning.
the onigiri still good?
Not at this point, but I
Not
can make them again
yet.
on another short rest. Like, they're not
Then-
going to give you the healing benefits, but they're still tasty.
Mhm.
Okay.
Fair.
I would have like enjoyed them last night before the creamy orzo. If
Love it.
Some
Yeah.
amuse-bouche before some
Yeah.
creamy orzo.
or lunch on the road, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Waste not.
Waste not, want not. Treats give. It's 3 temporary hit points. Get out of my way so I can see. Dang it. Come back.
So mark those long
yeah.
rests. If you have to change spells or anything, you can do that at this moment.
Yeah. You 3 get 3 temporary hit points.
Sweet.
Marvelous.
Nothing to sniff at.
Nothing
3?
to sniff at. Yep.
'Kay.
Just 3.
Marvelous.
Just 3.
Just
We get into a
3.
fight and I survive at 1, then you have my gratitude eternally and
Exactly.
forever.
Exactly,
That's why
right?
you put those temp hit points up, right?
Mm-hmm.
You travel most of the morning, quite a few hours before you can see ahead of you what looks to be a very lush sort of garden. There's no hedge or anything to this area, but there's a lot of different wooden structures that seem to be growing in, out of, around this garden that is lush and full of life. Newberry looks at you, Lot, and goes, right, it's just within there. If we head up through this side and sort of motions to kind of come around a different area, that's probably the most welcoming we can look, at least. Not gonna lie, you lot kind of stand out. So I'm sure they're probably gonna notice us right away.
No, really? I had no idea. I'm sorry, that was sarcasm.
I just
Oh,
kind of bounce
yes.
and
Ha-ha.
shake
Ha.
the scale mail.
Do we want a quiet approach? Because I can certainly assist with that.
Well, no, they
Okay.
should know that we're here, right? That because we need the audience. I just don't want you to get caught off footing because of expecting one thing and then you look like you do, and well, you might kind of fit in. And points towards GS, and you
Oh,
would
really?
definitely fit in, and points towards McCree. But the rest of you, you look rather
Other planar?
I was gonna say plain, yes. All right, okay. Nothing to worry about. And begins to walk forward. As you move forward, you reach this reddish wood structure building, like it's made of paddock wood.
Nice.
And as you move forward, you can see an archway that has been beautifully overgrown with different vines and flowers and things coming up and around the side of it. Even from this distance, you can see that the flooring in here is a little interesting, as there are 3 pools of water, and across the way, in quite a distance, it looks like there might be people over towards the other side within this structure. as you move forward, can I please get everybody to move over to roll 20?
Ooh. Yes, please.
I deserve to be lit on fire. I just now opened roll 20. I forgot to get ready.
Bro.
It's okay, we're there. I was in quick. I got in quick.
Okay.
That's so cool looking.
Newberry, you'll find your
Is.
characters down at the bottom.
So
Newberry comes and brings
Newberry looks cool.
themselves in through the area over here,
I will follow.
and then kind of sidesteps a little bit so that people can move forward.
It's so nice to see my boy's character art be.
This
yeah.
is true.
Yeah.
We do have new character art
He's
for McCree.
himself
Woo-hoo.
again.
Yeah,
so cute.
It's our boy.
It's been a long time since we got a chance to see that token. Wow.
Oh.
Yes.
It fills my heart with joy.
You move forward into this space. 3 beautiful pools of water adorn the floor in here. There's moss and ivy and growth gathering around sides of this area just beautifully. No, it's definitely well kept within the area. Rugs and pillows and whatnot lay upon this stone-like floor. As you look around the space up above, it's almost open. However, the canopy and greenery of the garden is covering quite a bit of this area. Kara.
Based on the description you've given, I'm reminded of a very similar vibe when I was in a temple back in Ramest. Am I getting that? Like, the player is having that same vibe, but is
Yes.
Kara getting that same vibe? Like, is it supposed to be that same vibe, or is it a different vibe? What? Can I vibe check the room?
Can I vibe check the room, please? It's sort of... It feels similar in the sense that nature and community are one here, but the things that are growing within this area look vastly different. Even the pillows and the rugs and the fabrics within the area seem to be made of different stuff. Think of it like a heightened sense of that.
Okay. Having that, Kara's gonna take a half step back and take her sandals off and be barefoot in the space.
As you move out and to take your sandals off as you're moving to do that, you look across the way. Theavana, you are immediately clocking a few people within this room. You'd naturally be able to see. There's basically one exit out of here, although there is framing like windows, but no glass within them. And there's a few figures within this area, just the one exit behind you. The most prominent figure that you see is over across the pools is a thin, very pointed-eared figure. Pink, like almost bubblegum pink hair, pomp of hair that comes up. Their skin is a beautiful light green, and they wear a very structured looking robe over them. hard to tell their age, but they are staring intently, ice blue eyes towards you. Kara, you begin to take off your sandals. They are looking between all of you, and you watch them zero in on Newberry and go, I said you should never come back here! Guards, now! And that is where we're going to take our break.
Ah! How dare you!
Told us.
I mean,
Woo,
I feel
alright,
like he kind
friends.
of did, but I was not picking up on the fact that we should have maybe not been so brazen of just
We'll find out.
wall singing.
It's fine. We'll do what we always do, and
Yeah,
Illuminated
always
Outcasts
do.
our way out of
I'm
this.
gonna tap dance.
We'll see what you do right after this break. Come on back real soon.
God.
is up, geeks? So glad to have you back. Where we last left off, these Illuminated Outcasts have made their way into a palace proper, and it seems like Newberry might not be a wanted guest within this area, as this figurehead from the other side has called out for guards to seize them.
Wait!
As this happens, as you're saying wait, you see guards from either side begin to move towards Newberry as you say this.
Wait, we come as envoys of the material plane to discuss the strange happenings and anomalies with the monoliths, with the standing stones.
We can deal with your entrance in a moment. That is my problem. As these two guards begin to close in on you guys, I would love for everybody to roll initiative.
Yep.
No! Oh.
Okay, that's really good.
They're dead set
Guys,
on
Cliff is so speedy this
grabbing
combat. He's fast.
Newberry here.
Like, how fast we talking?
Quick.
Mm.
I don't know if he's quicker than our monk, but like, quick for a cleric.
Whoa.
You might be quicker than me. We'll see.
What? Whoa.
We'll see. Where's your initiative, bud? It's just your dex. Okay.
Huh. Look at that.
Because McCree did not do very well. And I did meh. Okay.
25 to 20.
Crickets.
Okay. 20 to 15.
A whole
17.
17.
Oh, just as fast as GS. Look at us, we're
17,
matching.
19.
19. All
We're
right,
all
so
quick.
Kara and Thavana, I believe Kara's probably higher dex. If you want to go that way, you can. Or you guys can decide
Release?
who goes first.
Sure.
Rollies.
10.
5. You go first.
Okay.
Thavana. And then Kara.
I should have been writing this down.
17 on GS and Cliff. You guys can also decide. You can go by the dex rule, or you can.
I got a +1 to dex.
I've got a +0 to dex, so
You want me to take it, or do you want to?
yeah, you're welcome to take it.
Okay.
I legitimately thought that I'd be faster than the 4th player in our turn order this time around, but I didn't know we were all gonna roll that good.
Y'all
Oh.
rolled real well, though.
Except for our boy.
It's GS,
I'm not actually
then-
upset about it. To be clear,
Oh.
I'm happy being at the bottom of turn order for us.
So it's GS then Cliff, right?
GS then Cliff.
GS then Cliff.
15 to 10. Newberry's at 13.
And McCree's all the way at the bottom.
Oh,
At
no.
an 8.
Ooh.
At
Our
an 8.
boy.
So, top of the initiative is what again?
It goes Thavana Kara, GS Cliff, Newberry, McCree. Right?
Thavana, Kara, GS, Cliff, Newberry, McCree.
Correct. As this happens, they begin to move towards Newberry. This guard comes right within your range, Thavana.
Mm-hmm.
It is your turn. We see you first.
Okay. I'm gonna do one of those things where you kind of just keep interposing your body between, like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to go that way, and it's totally like, I'm imagining that she's probably seeing Cliff do this inadvertently, and GS do it on purpose.
Uh-huh.
and has put two of them together, and she's really not probably achieving either of them, but literally in doing so is accidentally grappling him.
Let's
Accidentally.
go, Thavana.
Understood. Let's go for a grapple check then. Please.
That's a 22 or 21.
Holy cow. That's definitely gonna beat the 11 that I have.
And you
she's
not
not
even raging.
No, she's
Yeah.
just
I'm
kind of
raging at this
like.
point.
And I don't know, is McCree on her shoulders right now? Because that makes it even funnier a little bit.
Let's do that. Let's go
Yeah.
for that.
So if McCree wants to help
this-
out, yeah, it's
This
just
guard is going.
Sorry,
Step
I was
aside.
I was trying to get the pillows. They looked really comfy.
Got
McCree, like he's a really good owlbear.
I
met
really
this
need you to move.
mushroom in, oh my god.
You've like grabbed a hold of the sides of his arms as you're moving with. They seem to be trying to move around you and is kind of stuck at the moment, at least. Anything else you would like to do?
Nope, she's just telling the story of meeting the mushrooms, and then we thought we met other mushrooms, and it turns out they were water mushrooms. I didn't know there was water mushrooms, but it was kind of gross. I didn't hurt them, and it's just like this really stupid.
I love it. As you begin to speak and continue with this, Kara, you've gotten your shoes off and have looked up and seen these guards coming towards your posse. It is your turn. GS, you're on deck.
Whoa! Wildly aggressive. Alright, so you can play at this game. And I'm going to turn into a blink dog. Let's go.
Heck
Hey, I love it! That's amazing. All right,
Because
so
I
as you
believe
move
their
forward-
intimidation is a little bit higher than mine. No, it's not. That's fine.
Aw,
But,
poop.
That's fine.
Psh,
We're
it's
all
flavor
real
flavor-wise,
good.
let's try. Oh, and I'll start understanding Sylvan. If that ends up becoming a thing, that'll be important later,
Hey.
maybe.
That
I don't know.
actually might be important.
That might be important. So let's wild shape.
We watch.
No,
Our
features and
friend
traits.
here-
That's what it is.
As you like take off your shoes, you're like moving down. You look, and it looks like you're almost about to just go back to your shoe for a second, but instead your whole body hunches over. You go down onto all fours and become boom boom.
I love it so much.
This blink dog, scarred and pockmarked in places, but cute little like short ears that come up
Cute.
and move into that form. What else would you like to do?
I'm going to poof poof right in front of Newberry and just kind of in that low haunched, hackles only slightly up, like I really don't want to do anything, but if you do something, we're gonna have a problem.
Free
And-
action intimidation check.
Please, thank you. All right, which die? Which die? Which die? Let's do this one. You only count if you're in the tray. Okay, that's a 9.
9. These guards are moving for weapons and see you move into the shape and move into the area. They note you for sure, but it doesn't look like they're phased much.
Okay, I'd
Anything
like
else?
to hold my action to, I don't want to call it an attack, but it's basically an attack. I'm defending Newberry. If somebody's coming...
Like a
If-
riposte or something.
If they go to try and grab
yeah, I will
or
intervene.
come at him or them in
Aggressive way.
an aggressive way,
Yeah.
then you're gonna attack. That's what you're holding.
Yeah,
Understood.
and trying to not do trying to do non-lethal damage, like Aegis piss off.
Yes.
Nope.
Kindly piss off.
Yeah, basically. Respectfully,
Understood.
piss off.
Yeah.
We see this Blink Dog kind of get into a guarded stance. Newberry behind the dog goes, oh, and chuckles a little bit that you are standing up for them. And then the camera keeps moving past in a dolly effect towards GS. Oh, sorry, Kara, go ahead.
Real quick, my mistake. It's an action to go into wild shape. It's a bonus action to get out.
Oh, there
So
you go.
that's my action. I
Then
don't
you're holding.
have.
Yeah,
I don't
perfect.
have an action to hold.
Understood. GS, it is your turn.
My
What's
hands
your
are
on deck?
my hands are still up. I'm still looking at the individual across the way. They are the ones that brought us here. We wouldn't be here to help you if they didn't bring us. And we have information about maps and all sorts of things, and we will only give them if they are unharmed and are given counsel. Please, help is all we need.
Free action. Persuasion check with disadvantage. Don't look at me like that.
9.
9. The figure across the hall goes, they brought you here, that doesn't help your case. That's all they say to you at this point. Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn?
Fuck. Did that count as an action?
No, that was your skill check. That was your free skill check that I love to give people.
And we highly appreciate you for it.
Thank you.
Sure
thank
do.
you.
Okay.
What do you got, GS? Right now you have an action and a bonus action left.
Okay. Okay. This is what we saw on the other side of the monolith. It is a threat, and I'm going to minor illusion into the Abishai, and in my best voice, do the whole thing with Tiamat shall ascend, and then go back into myself. We want to stop this. Do you need our help?
Okay. Are you casting Disguise Self or are you casting Minor Illusion?
I'm sorry. I was looking
That's
at the
okay.
cantrips. I could do Disguise Self, but it's
If you are trying to put it upon yourself,
I would probably
it
just
would be Disguise Self. If you wanted to put it out in front of you,
I'd rather just
it would
put
be
it out in front of me.
Minor Illusion then. Perfect.
Just like, puppet,
Understood.
little, in
Yes.
front of me.
Puppet and voiceover.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
I'd probably do that because I'd rather use a cantrip than burn a spell slot.
Understood.
And it lasts for an hour and I don't need it to.
Great. You show off this Abishai, and there is recollection and even hesitation from the guard that's near Kara. There's a little bit of a jerk and a hesitation when seeing an Abishai, and then you dispelling that illusion in front. It's been seen, it's been noted.
Okay.
Okay. Is that your turn? Do you want to move? Do you want anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna move in front of them. Like, no. This is our friend.
Mm.
You should talk to us you need to talk to us, and if you want to talk to us, you need to let them stay.
Okay. As GS moves in front of Cliff, she kind of sidles around and gets in front of Cliff and Newberry. Cliff, it is your turn. Then it will be Newberry.
Immediately as GS moves over to the other side of me, I'll reach out with my left hand, clutching hers, and with a tight grip, reassuring like. Cliff mutters under his breath, "We're gonna be fine. Just keep the words flowing." And I'll put guidance into that.
Oh, thank you.
Marvelous.
And then for my bonus action, I will spin around, one hand onto Newberry, onto their chest. And in the most direct way that Cliff can state, "You need to help us get out of this. I don't know why they're trying to kill us. Sanctuary."
Perfect. I love it.
And then I will stay put in this place for now, looking directly across the room to the person sitting in the quote-unquote throne.
Newberry looks at you and goes, I might have some idea why, and it's a really stupid reason.
That's fine. Just need to not die.
Okay. Newberry's turn. You watch them kind of think for a moment.
And right now I am holding concentration on guidance.
Marvelous.
Forgot to mention that.
No problem.
Bless you.
Thanks. You watch Newberry sort of look over and go, Amir Jaith, I am merely here to seek an audience with Zelzion. I will leave you be. I have no quarrel with you whatsoever. These people are here to vouch for me, and honestly, I just need to speak with them, not you. The pink-haired figure from across the way goes, and yet you come here. You know what you did. You took things that did not belong to you, that should stay within the court. And Newberry goes, I was using them. I wasn't going to give them away. And the Emir across the way goes, and yet you did. And Newberry kind of looks a little sheepish and goes, not on purpose. It's information should be for everyone. And like a demeanor shifts a little bit into being very angry at this leader across the way. It should be for everyone, and you know it. It is now the guard's turn, and then it will be McCree. The guard that Thavana is holding goes, you need to step aside. Move. Fine. Oberon's heel. And makes a motion, and they misty step towards Newberry from behind. They're going to take 2 attacks on Newberry.
Wisdom save.
There it is. There it is.
Natural 1. You're
That-
not
Yeah.
That will be no attacks against Newberry this turn.
Okay.
Is the reach on this attack only 5 feet?
Correct.
They teleport into the fight and lose their ability to attack.
Yeah.
I love it.
Cliff.
Cliff, as this sanctuary is around Newberry, and this foe moves into range, into melee with them.
I don't mean
What
to
is that-
interrupt you, but I do want to. It looks like you were throwing it to me anyway.
I
My
was.
bad.
What does that magic look like? What does that
Um,
sanctuary look like when it comes?
Specifically in this state, Newberry just has a slight almost like that heat shimmer kind of look around them.
Mm-hmm.
And when the enemy teleports in, Cliff almost instinctually tries to place himself between the assailant and Newberry, and in doing so, you hear him say out loud, "Please, it's not worth the fighting." And with the words comes a charm that seeps in, and it looks like the soldier backs down a little bit from his attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
They still stand with some form of presence here. Hair short and wild and almost like a flame upon their head, but you watch them hesitate at your word. My other guy... is gonna move in between you two. Gaboo?
I thought about going to stand there too on my turn, but decided to elect where I was instead.
No worries.
All good.
And is gonna you watch their hair kind of flame and move up a little bit as they're like, get out of our way, and is going to try and grapple Newberry.
For grappling, is that considered an attack action, or
It
is
is
that...
an attack action to grapple.
Bet. In that case, then wisdom save.
Well, a little better
Bet.
than our other friend here.
If that's how you're considering it, because I wasn't sure if the grapple check was going to get past Sanctuary
100%.
or not.
16
16
is the save.
might... It does, it's the requirement to save, so
Okay,
he's good.
so they beat it.
Yep, they're allowed to grapple Newberry.
They go to grapple Newberry. I know you're, Kara's not holding a thing. All right.
As per rules, I cannot.
Okay, that's 13 athletics for this guard. And Newberry, oh yeah. That's cute. 23.
Hell yeah.
They go to grab, and Newberry just goes, ducks underneath the arms, and then we see them come back up and go, let's just talk this over. From here, there is one more guard that is relatively near the figurehead at the front, and they begin to move, and the Emir says, no, and holds them back. As this happens, it is now McCree's turn, and then Faevana, you will be next.
Go McCree.
McCree looks down at Thevana, and like, should I go and fight them, or do you have a plan? What?
Kind of like when the guy poofed out of her hands, or whoever poofed out of her hands, goes, well, that didn't work. Don't hurt him too much. we kind of need them to like us.
Brett.
Or stick with
I.e., in
me.
the words of Cliff, bet. And
Bet.
he'll
Brett.
Brett. And he'll climb down and move over next to Newberry and Cliff. And again, not trying to kill him, but
Yes.
he's gonna multi-attack at the guy's ankles.
He's gonna maul the guy and eat his face. Not trying to kill him though.
It's an owl bear, y'all. He's gonna move up and be like, ah!
With a -4 to intimidation because he's too damn cute.
He's just
Too
a
damn cute.
baby.
He's just a
Take the baby. Go ahead and make your attacks.
Yep. While I pull that up real quick. Actions. Nope. Come back. Do what I want. All right. So beak, then claw. Where is your dice, my guy? There it is. 16 for beak.
16 is not gonna hit.
Okay. That's why we have beak and claws.
I'm sorry, sister. I'm not gonna do what now?
It will not hit.
So that's a natural 19 on the dice, which is a critical hit for McCree.
Oh, let's go, warrior!
Let's go, buddy! So, that is 1d6 plus stuffs. Nope, I want his d6.
He's
Which
very
is-
hype, McCree is.
He
Yeah,
is.
let's do it.
Let's do
he's-
it.
Back feeling good and
Well, it kind of thematically goes with what he's doing. That is a natural 1 on his damage dice.
oh,
So that is only 4 points of non-lethal slashing damage.
that makes sense.
It makes sense. He's trying not to hurt him.
Great. So McCree moves over, swipes at this guy. The guard moves out of the way a little bit and goes, "Stay out of the way." And McCree just goes, "Ah!" and like scratches down one leg. Not doing too much damage, but has messed up an outfit. First off. And second off, has made a little bit of scarring happen there. Perfect. With that in mind, he just sort of like menacingly looks over, and from above him and away, we see Thevana. Thevana, it is your turn. Kara, you're on deck.
Devon's gonna, as McCree jumps down and does his thing, he's gonna look between that and look over back at the guy who's doing all the talking.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of go, and she's going to move her total movement to go sit in this chair. Down. And just
That's
sit
metal.
down, just totally sit, plop down in the chair. There's a lot of things invading our plane, like dragons and Davos somethings and other creatures. And apparently some guy's trying to stop it or help it or make it not happen. And I have a feeling if a couple of those dropped in here, your guards wouldn't be able to do shit. So we kind of need him because we made a promise. And apparently that means something here. I mean, it does where I'm from too, but here I guess it means a lot. So could you just cut it out and maybe we can all talk for just a few seconds? And I'm not the talker, so I'm probably not the one you want doing it.
Let's go, Thevana.
Go ahead and make me either a persuasion check or an intimidation check.
Sure.
I'm so proud of Thevana right now. I'm not
GS
the
is
talker.
beaming
If
from
she
the other
jumps,
side.
if she
Shit.
jumps in that fight, it is not going to be pretty for anyone.
It's
So,
true.
She's at least smart enough to know that. Oh, that's not good. That's a 10 intimidation.
No.
10?
Yeah. And she's actually holding that little, she's fiddling with her little magic rock while she's saying all this. She's just sitting there like completely calm. Just, yeah.
As you plop down at the end of this saying this, The Emir looks over and goes, "You don't know what you're getting into, so perhaps stay out of it then."
To be fair, I don't think you do either.
I've had enough of them, and motions towards the guard behind.
That's fair.
I mean, it is fair, but bad choice, my guy.
Back to our blink dog. GS, you're going to be on deck.
Because I've seen Cliff use Sanctuary a few times. Sorry, my phone's going off. With Sanctuary, because the gentleman failed their Wisdom saving throw that one time, if they tried to make an attack again, do they have to roll another Wisdom saving throw? Or
It's just until end of
not
turn,
work?
so they're welcome to try to attack him again.
Okay,
They're welcome to fail again, but they're welcome to try again too.
fair. That tells me what I need to know, because the threat is there.
I always get way more confident and cocky in combat than I ever should.
That's fair.
We've noticed, Travis.
No, really? Had no idea,
don't
my
feel
guy.
No.
I don't feel like Cliff is necessarily.
No, Cliff says none of this.
It's
Cliff has none of these thoughts.
It's Travis.
It's
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
Travis.
It's my favorite thing because as soon as you say something, you jinx yourself.
Absolutely,
and it's
every time
so
too.
fun to watch.
So I'm gonna try and bite them at their ankles. Non-lethal damage.
Let's go
Ang!
to blue.
To blue,
Yes.
the guy who failed the sanctuary save. That is another natural 19, so that is 22.
Doesn't hit,
22
imagine.
Will hit. You're good.
Cool.
Sean is like a 16 didn't hit.
And again,
well, neither
that
does
is-
a 22.
That
No,
is
that is a
a
22.
1 on the dice, so that is 2 points of non-lethal
points.
piercing damage from the bite.
Oh.
And let's see if I get my teleport back. I do get my teleport back.
Right.
There we go.
So that will be my turn, just a
Love
from the blink dog.
it. Love it. This blink dog jumps, bites into the leg. Instinctively, this guard is moving their leg away, and as they move back, we just see within that same shot is GS. GS, it is your turn. Cliff, you're on deck.
My loot is out. Loot of 1,000 memories. She's beautiful. She's tuned. As I always tune her before we go into places like this. You can roll for her if you want. And I'm going to just kind of strum and a C chord to prep exactly what it is we're going to do. I'm going to look back at Newberry and say, you might want to just get out of here, step outside for a minute, and let us talk them down. And as I do, I kind of bump a little back into them with a little gentle push, and the loot, the neck of the loot's just going to touch them as that chord plays, casting invisibility on Newberry.
Nice.
And then I, as a bonus action, going to just sing the first part of that, the verse that comes from that initial C chord. When the stars were young, for the clouds were spun, and the youngest trees were a dream, a grand tale was sung about the mighty sun and the moon and her bright beams. And I am going to cast Mantle of not cast, but I'm going to use the Bardic Inspiration skill, Mantle of Inspiration, as my bonus action. So 4 of my allies nearby. So I'm choosing Newberry, and then the Blink Dog, the Owlbear, and the Cleric. They get 8 temporary hit points, and they can move their entire speed
Awesome.
as a bonus action, as a reaction right now, if they want to, without taking any opportunity attacks. So Newberry can go wherever the F he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
Where did Newberry go?
He's invisible.
They
Yes,
are
yes,
invisible.
They are invisible.
They disappeared. Bye-bye.
They stepped outside so we could handle this.
Love it. As you play this song, it has never
Move there.
rang so beautifully as it does within this hall.
Oh, that's my girl. I kind of like pat her butt.
As you do this and Newberry is able to move, you don't know where, but as they're able to move away, hopefully out, as you have requested.
Wherever they want.
The Emir goes, search for them towards the guard that's near the archway. And then points to you, GS. You.
Me?
Where did you get that?
She sang to me.
To you.
To me. She was trapped in a museum on the material plane for years. She sang out to me and asked for me to take her away and go travel together. And that is exactly what we've been doing. This lute of 1,000 memories and I. The Golden Spade. Shall I continue the song? Or do you want your guards to continue to do what they're doing?
They raise a hand towards the guards. The guards halt, but don't, put down any defense.
My hand is on the next chord.
You're wishing to speak with Zelzion.
Yes. Yes, we are.
If you would allow me to hold that lute for a moment. I will grant you audience.
If she allows to be held by you.
Ivana leans over.
You have to ask permission. Consent, it's a thing.
I know what consent is.
And I will go ahead and walk slowly over. And not present the lute to them yet. Them, him, I know not their pronouns. And ask her, do you consent to be held by the person in front of me for a moment? Because, of course, if it were any longer than a moment, then that would be taking something that wasn't yours. And that gets people removed from this hall and have your guard sent after them. Am I wrong? And I wait. I'm going to go ahead and take my hands off the cord that was being strung and just kind of gently hold her neck. And then I am going to just kind of wrap her butt lovingly and then just open string strum and see what she says, if she gives consent or not.
As you pat the side of the lute, a ringing comes out of it. Hits into a chord that almost seems to build on itself for a moment as it echoes and hits the wood in this hall. Everyone can hear the wood resonate within this room, and Cliff, as you are, and GS, but you're a little busy, GS. Cliff, you notice the pools within this hall. The water vibrates for a moment before settling. It rings out within this hall in a rebelliously confident way.
I will say you are your own instrument to be used by yourself. I am grateful to be your companion for however long you desire me to be. And I will take her off of my neck. As agreed upon, a moment. And pass her over to this assumed Emir Jaeth.
The Emir holds out their hands as you place this lute within. They look over the lute. And see along the neck where it has been dealt with so masterfully, but their thumb goes right over the side where it had been cracked and broken in a previous encounter. And they go, more stories.
That was the Abishai.
And they hold their ear up towards the rows of this lute and listen. Still there, I see. And hand the lute back to you.
Thank you.
Be careful with that.
We try to take care of each other.
It always starts that way. Sometimes people make foolish mistakes. Ones
know.
that cannot be undone. At least not to my recollection. Thank you. You
Thank
said
you.
the Abishai did this.
Yes. And much worse.
So they're on your plane as well.
Yes.
What is this information you have?
We would give it to Zelzion. In an audience that includes Newberry. That was the promise we made to Newberry.
Very well. Please send a message to Newberry for me then. sort of towards the surrounding hall.
Mm-hmm.
They say, taking things that belong to this court for whatever reason is treasonous. We don't wish you to be in this hall. And we certainly do not wish for you to take anything else and give it to other courts. Please relay the message.
I prepare to cast sending. Well, not sending. I don't need to, because if they've just gone outside, then message will work. So I prepare to send a message if it's needed, but I wait a moment to see if that's not necessary.
Can I get everyone to make me a perception check?
Nice. All right. Ooh, that's good. Holy shit, that's good.
19.
Dirty 20.
Oh.
Yo.
15 for Kara.
Okay.
Mokri got double 14s on the dice, plus plus 1, so that's 15.
24, bitches.
Oh, hell
Well
yeah.
done!
We watch McCree, who's been just watching the guard that he's next to intently. But we watch his little beak go for a second. And then Cliff, there's a light breeze that goes past you, and you can feel it stop short. And GS, you don't notice a change in the air or sound or anything like that. But you take a moment to look back, and instinctively, Cliff is sort of looking to his left side and down a little bit.
I look in that direction and say, I believe the message has been sent.
Well, a promise is a promise. If you wish to see Zelzion, step into the center pool.
Ivana gets up and starts to walk that direction. He was just waiting for somebody else to get over here to do the talking.
Love it.
How deep does that pool look?
It, as you move up towards it, it doesn't look fairly deep from the top.
Poor Kara and her thing with water.
And there seems to be...
Your girl can't swim!
There seems to be stairs that lead down into the bigger pool.
Okay. I'll,
It's like super beautiful.
It is so pretty. It's so pretty. I'm going to come over and, like, tuck my nose underneath Mokri's legs to get him up on my back, and then trot over to the pool and very apprehensively see how deep it goes.
Ivana steps in.
Stepping in.
Ivana begins to step in, and it goes up and up and up to probably her collarbone
She's so-
before the water begins to move slightly with the vibration.
That's so cool.
You want? I can hold you if you want. Come on.
A dog and an owlbear just like
Why not?
leap towards you.
I will bow to Amir Jayeth. Thank you. And I will head back toward the stairs. And I will not get in yet.
I'll like take a step forward, take a step back, and then out of sheer nervousness, bamf into Thevana's arms with McCree on my back, if you'll allow that.
I will allow it for this, yes.
Cute.
Wet dog.
Wet dog.
Just licking your
Immediately
face.
paddling.
just just
the fake paddling
instinctually-
that happened.
Yes.
Yep, and then licking your face as thank you.
Okay, that's kind of weird when you think that you. Okay, nah, it's cool.
Brain's partially a dog. I'm sorry.
It's good. It's all right. You know.
Cliff, are you moving in next to GS at the pool, side of the pool?
Yep.
Cool.
Move in with everybody else. Go to be a little more diplomatic. Try to keep an eye on where at least Cliff assumes Newberry is as well. But
You watch as you step your first toe into the pool. There is something relatively next to you that ripples as well.
okay.
It seems like Newberry's right with you.
Okay.
Good. Do I notice that as well with my past
You
24
do,
perception?
yeah, yeah,
Excellent.
In that case, then I'm gonna. Ooh, wait. Ooh, wait. Give me a second. Ooh, wait.
Ooh, wait.
I need to check
Waiting.
the components on this spell
Wait.
specifically.
Wait.
I don't need to see them. They just need to be a legal target. Cool. I will, in general, once moving my way into that pool, place my hands just above the surface of the water, and through ritual chanting, I want to cast Shield of Faith on Newberry without giving away their location, if that's a possibility.
Okay, go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check.
4.
You're definitely casting something in front of them.
Newberry shimmers and has a +2 to their AC.
Zoo. Just for a moment.
Noise.
You hear Amir just go.
Knowing where they are,
Mm-hmm.
I will step in.
As you begin to move in, GS, the Amir looks at you and goes, try not to get too wrapped up that you forget life.
Thank you. Thank you for the reminder.
You wouldn't want to become a slave to your craft. As you step into the water, it now vibrating and humming, Amir Jayeth goes, Din Zarazayon. And the pool begins to light up with water. It starts to move and almost whirlpool you around until you move down around, and then you feel like there's an ebb that is pulling you under the water until it pushes you back up. as you get pushed back up into the area, you almost jettison out of the water and land on floor. You're in a small, what seems like a small room. Books haphazardly thrown here and there. Different ingredients within jars, some corked, some not so sealed, as they probably should be, bobbing within a liquid. There are beakers and decanters throughout the area, some giving off bioluminescence within this area. A small candle is lit in the corner. And it illuminates a very old, wizened face, long, gray-looking beard, white hair, upon a male human.
What?
That has a giant-looking hat.
What are you doing here?
He moves and grabs the staff, pulls it across his face, places it down. What are you doing here?
Murph?
We have the Abba things coming through a portal.
Abishai.
That they smell funny, and talking around the dog and the Abba.
Yes.
And we kind of need to get back home too. But we were supposed to take Newberry with us, maybe. Do you really want to be here?
Of course I would like to be here. Why? Are you in a place you don't want to be?
Yes. Right?
Murph?
I could be changed. Possibly. But
We
you were
are
saying something about a monolith?
we are from the material plane, and many strange things have happened recently. Dragons have returned, some of them benevolent, some of them not so. The monoliths appeared, and many things have been coming out of them. One of them was an Abishai that was attacking a nearby village. And we fought, and as we fought it, it warned that Tiamat would be returning. We have saved dragon eggs and returned them to their families.
Is this all because of Newberry's doing?
We have no idea whether or not that is true. These things have been happening. We do know the humans that released the dragons on our side. After that happened, after that ritual,
I see.
the monoliths appeared. Pardon me. A human and a dwarf, a half-elf, a few other people of the material plane.
And you want to go back there?
We want to go back home, and we want to try and help save it. Newberry says that many of these things have been happening here as well. The monoliths, the standing stones, either have appeared or they have recently become activated and things have been coming through them that do not belong on this plane.
Yes.
If we can help by sharing information or by action to make things right.
They lean back on their staff a little bit and go, information?
Yes. We are prepared to give information, but we would ask that the exchange of this information is that when we return home, Newberry can return with us and be eyes out in the material plane, perhaps to return and give more information.
That fool.
Sometimes fools are the ones that
Always.
find wisdom.
And sometimes they're the ones that cause the problems.
Indeed. That's why it's a risk.
Always wanting to go. Very well. Information would be helpful. If you have it. And I can make sure that you get through the standing stone.
Would you be able to guarantee which plane it dropped us off on?
No, but I could try to help guide in the right direction.
We would be grateful for that. We are the Illuminated Outcasts. I go by GS. This is Kara, Devana, Cliff, and Mokri.
Great.
And you know Newberry, and I drop my concentration to reveal them no longer invisible.
Newberry is, even within this very fiery looking form, almost looks sheepish in the way they're holding themselves in front of Zelzion. This wizened old human man walks up and gets close to Newberry's face and goes, "The information, the papers, where are they?" And Newberry sort of leans back a little bit and says, "They were taken from me by members of the Unseelie Court. I didn't mean for it to happen.
course.
It was supposed to help me. And it's not fair that they stay here. If I'm to go to another plane, I need this information to check it against what's been happening there. I mean, that's sound, isn't it?" And this old man looks and goes,
I'm gonna reach over and silently cast guidance on Newberry because making convincing points.
You cast this guidance, and this old mage looks and goes, "You're still an idiot."
This is like Pippin versus Gandalf right now.
Yeah,
It really is.
It
I'm
really
just
is.
expecting him to be like full of a toque.
Not gonna lie, it passed through my head. Zelzion looks over and goes, "You're still an idiot. you at least take a copy, not the actual thing.
It's got a point, you know.
Yeah.
That is a very excellent point to be made. If things get into the wrong hands, yes, information is something to be shared, Newberry, but
Yes.
carefully. Carefully. Because sometimes to share secrets profanes them.
Who decided that this was a secret?
There are those who are put into power
Yes,
because perhaps because they are chosen, perhaps because they are old and they have seen much and they have gained wisdom, and they make decisions that the young may not understand because they are trying to keep things safe. But I understand your point of view as well. I had a beautiful piece of information, 1,000 memories, as a matter of fact, that was locked away to be kept safe. And this information desired to be shared. And so she asked me to take her away. Now, the people in charge of who were keeping her were not very happy, and they see her, I look down at my loot, as being stolen. I cannot return to that home, for they will accuse me of thievery.
Yes. Yes.
But speaking of copies, Kara?
And I'm like trying to get out of Thavana's arms.
What?
And as I'm falling, I will get myself out of wild shape. Hopefully McCree is still in Thavana's arms.
Your
or he
shoes are still back in the other
Yes,
room.
they are! They absolutely are, my poor shoes.
I figure once they got here, probably McCree climbed onto her shoulders
Yeah,
just
that's
to
what I'm
avoid the
figuring as
whole
well.
awkward grip situation that was happening.
Yes.
So I'll get out of
Shoes are
wild
just
shape,
left in the
and my
Feywild.
shoes are gone. It's fine.
You'll
It's
get
not
new
the
ones.
first time I've gone without shoes. It's fine. And just kind of land and go, the maps?
The maps.
And I'll dig into my bag and go, masters, copies!
As you say, masters, there's a very stern look over at Newberry, who just goes, and you get to the copies.
Yep, and I will tear out that portion of the book that's got the copies in it. And here are all the maps that I've created in my travels of the material plane. This is what they currently look like. And I'll hand them over.
Did you mark where the monoliths were on them?
Of course. Of course. That'll be in the back section, closest to in between Remest and Fenhaven. The front is the eastern side of Midlendell and a
like
little
papers
bit of Durin.
being shoved around and looked through. Whoa!
Good
Yes.
stuff. Good noises.
Good rolls.
I just rolled 2 natural 20s for Zelzion.
Yo!
He gets
Get it,
advantage.
dude!
He gets advantage, and I literally rolled a natural 20 and went, oh, wow! And the other one just fell out of my hand and rolled a natural 20.
1 in 400.
That's
Let's
sick, though.
go!
Ah! Okay.
What is he trying to do?
Well, I'm about to tell you.
Yes!
They, Newberry, like, helps spread out papers along the tables and whatnot, and is looking over all of them as well. Just very kid in a candy store trying to take in all the information, eyes wide, probably not holding on to any of it, actually retaining at this point, just from pure excitement. However, Zelzion moves one or two papers around, goes over, brings the candle close, and begins to stroke their beard. You sit in probably 30 seconds of silence before Zelzion goes, "This is where the standing stone is placed. A mirrored Feywild plane would place this close to," and starts shifting papers
This is
around.
so cool.
This is pretty cool.
And you watch the standing stone be placed, Ramest be placed further south. Pieces move over along the river that splits the west and the east of Midlendell. And moving one last piece into place, almost like a puzzle, placing it sideways. He moves Fenhaven close and goes, "Have you been here?"
Just
Fen-
pointing to Fenhaven?
"Yes."
Some of us are from there, yeah.
That's where the Abishai attacked.
That's where we're
Makes
trying to get
sense.
back to.
If there's a standing stone there, that must mean that there's probably standing stones in other places.
Did we see another one? I'm trying to remember meta. Was there another standing stone?
Meta-wise, not a monolith. We did have a circle of standing stones outside of Ziane,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not the same
Yeah,
standing
yeah.
stone.
That was
So
with
those-
the
And it's
those
not
in
made
my
of the same
brain-
material.
Yeah, in my brain, those are standing stones, and then this is a monolith.
Right, yeah.
To keep the
yeah,
two
yeah.
separate.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Zelzion goes, "If there's this standing stone here, there's probably more. I don't know how close they would be to this standing stone. Perhaps."
The dragon did tell us to go north.
But that was to help the dragon.
Mm-hmm. But the
Go north.
monolith appeared once the dragons were released.
I mean, that's...
And if the queen of all dragons is the one that's supposed to be coming, then
I wouldn't say she's the queen of all dragons.
is that not her
She-
title?
That may be the title she gives herself. She is the queen of the malevolent dragons.
Nonetheless, though, it would stand to reason that dragons want to see her be brought back if she does hold all this power.
Well, hang on one second. Zelzion, are you saying that there are probably more monoliths on the material plane, or more monoliths across the planes?
Yes and yes.
Oh boy.
I think that, well, if you were able to find these standing stones and where they lie, you could probably find them at least on mirrored planes, like here and the Shadowfell. They would be roughly in the same areas.
Out of curiosity, Karina's gonna pull out her stone
Karina? Who's Karina?
Wow, my brain is fried. This cat is driving me
Savannah.
nuts. Savannah. There we go. I
There we go.
apologize. Brain.
All
Too
good.
many characters in my
Yes.
head in the last 3 days. Okay. Give me
Fair.
You're fine.
You're lucky it wasn't Shay or I don't even know. So many names. I'm gonna pull out the stone, and there was that crack put in it.
Yes.
Does that match any of the roads or anything?
Ooh.
Can you
Get it,
give
Favana?
me-
So
Can
brilliant.
you give me either an investigation check or an arcana check with advantage?
Shit, that's so cool.
It's
Go
already with advantage. I would have offered help,
guys.
but it's already with
Go so
advantage.
great.
Oh well.
Yes.
Go for it.
Go phenomenally. Investigation or arcana?
Bardic
Exactly the same.
inspiration.
Cool. You just see Favana. Anytime she messes with a stone, just somebody go, "You want help with that?"
Love it.
Oh, okay. That's a natural 19 on the dice. I rolled a 19 and 11, plus another 8.
Or
Plus
D8.
another- I rolled an 8 on the D8.
Oh hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Yes.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
Sick.
Sure. I mean, the investigation and arcana are exactly the same for her. So that's 28.
Eight.
It's amazing.
You
Get it!
take the stone.
The only time that's ever
It's
been happening
not
that I would that.
glowing necessarily in this area. Not more than it would be within the Feywild. But you take the stone. And as you're looking through it, and past it is the candle. Right?
Yeah.
There's a light that's hitting where you can see the crack
Oh, cool.
within the stone. And you look around at all of these maps sort of laid out. And just almost instinctually place the stone right where the standing stone is. And the light hits into the stone and refracts off towards the north, making some kind of line away.
Is it straight or is it curved like a road would be, or is it?
It sort of curves around a little bit and then moves forward.
Well, that's new.
Kara's.
Kara's just drawing,
Yes,
flips to the back of the
Kara-
book and like,
Yes.
yep.
As you begin to draw this out,
Oh wait, crap, we're in the
it
Feywild.
starts to go away.
No!
And
Oh no!
Zelzion goes, oh no. Grabs a quill and hands it to you.
Yes.
He's got the solution.
Yoink. Beep.
Oh no! You don't need to.
No?
It has its own ink.
You're wonderful.
Kara,
It
when
just
you're done,
starts
I want
going.
You begin to trace and move things around, and we kind of see a map, a new map begin to build with this arcane ink that is staying on the page as Devana's stone is
That's
placed
awesome.
and throws a line, a pathway to somewhere. And that is where we're going to end for tonight's session.
No! Let's play more! I want to play more! I need to know!
We have to know.
I want to,
Shauna.
but I also
I
really want to
know.
sleep, obviously,
that's
because I cannot
fair.
keep names
This is
straight in my head.
Fair, that's fair.
This is
That whole time,
This is really
that
cool,
whole
though.
time, all I was thinking is like, ask about the stone. Okay, no, they're all talking. They're all figuring this out. Okay, no.
I was gonna throw it to you if you didn't do it
But
automatically.
It was
I'm
my
so
brain
glad
was
you
thinking
did.
through how could she phrase it without it being like.
Yes. No, primo. Excellent job.
It was
So
All
good.
right,
perfect.
friends. Thank you so much for joining us.
Ah!
Will the Illuminated Outcasts make it back to the material plane? Or
Nope,
will they
we
be
are
headed somewhere
Feywild.
entirely different? We will find out
Exactly.
probably next session. And we hope to see you then. And until then, stay mythic out there, geeks.
Ah!